When you've been a Let's Player for a while now, or really any type of artist or person who does creative arts or just creates things in general, you tend to have a lot of projects that you make over the years, and while you're making these projects and whatnot, you may find that you find yourself thinking that some projects could have been done better, or that you've done a lot better work on some of your projects compared to other ones, and I'm sure that anyone who's ever done like art for a while, or just, create things for a while, has probably got this thought process going on at some point in their head at one point. And recently, I've been kind of thinking about this, and by recently, I mean it's actually been a thought in my head for a while now, but I decided today I'm gonna sit down and talk a little bit about what my thoughts are about this, and I want your guys' thoughts on this too. Let me guys know in the comments what you think about this. And just to clarify, this video and what I'm about to say right now is completely unscripted. I don't really do scripted things just because I think it's better to speak from the mind and the heart than to write everything down. I get that for some people, it makes it easier for them to, keep their thoughts together and go on a constant flow of what you want to say, but for me personally, I kind of like the style a little bit more, so bear with me here if it's not your thing. That being said, though, let's get talking about it. Throughout these years, I've been doing like YouTube for 5 years now. In fact, it's coming up to 6 kind of soon. So yeah, I'm been doing this for a little while now. And as of the current moment, I have a total of 18 projects up to record. Pokemon Emerald being the 18th. It's not quite done yet, however, but it is the 18th project that has been in the works. And throughout the years, I have done many projects across many things, and over the years, I've gotten better at equipment, I've gotten better at, just conveying myself over what I want to say on the microphone, and basically, I've just got experience. I got lots of experience, and experience is what matters in a lot of things that you do in life, and experience goes a very, very far way when you're doing things, and that definitely crosses over to Let's Playing as well. Let me give you guys some examples here about projects I'm talking about when I say that some projects of mine I am a bit more proud of than other ones. Let me see here. Luigi's Mansion. This is a good starting one. Luigi's Mansion here. The project was very fun to make, and I love Luigi's Mansion, so don't worry about that. I had a blast doing it. However, I definitely feel like I could have been way more well-informed and definitely could have presented the game in a better light, because admittedly, I didn't do the best research. In fact, and by research, I mean, I pretty much did not very much research, to be honest with you. In fact, I kind of winged it for the most part, and while my memory is, a good source of info, because, I've played the game before and I like the game, so that's obviously a good source of info. However, I feel like I definitely could have shown the game off in a better light by, doing more research and whatnot. So, Luigi's Mansion, fun time, fun project, good game, lovely game. However, I definitely think I could have presented it in a better light. What's another good example of this? How about Paper Mario 64? Paper Mario 64, well, I feel like I did a pretty solid job overall when it came to the information part, which for me is kind of important because I like making sure that I teach people about games that I play, because I think that's one of the more fascinating things about video games, just learning about them. One of the things I definitely could have done in Paper Mario 64 that would have been a lot better is, definitely not emulate the project. The emulating of the project definitely caused some weird little things to happen that really shouldn't have shown up in that really shouldn't be in the main game, like the actual game. So I felt kind of guilty for that. However, I kept going with it because I was having a fun time, and the people watching, they seemed to be having fun too. And admittedly, all the glitches and whatnot from the emulation were admittedly kind of funny to watch, so it kind of worked out. However, I definitely feel like that if I were to be given a chance or a do-over, I would absolutely make sure I'm playing the actual game. I thought that emulating it, because when I emulated and tested, everything seemed pretty good, so I figured it'd just be fine. But, yeah, long story short, it wasn't perfectly fine. It was a very fun time, though, and I got to show off most of the game to a very good content of what I wanted to do, so I felt pretty good about that. That being said, though, I definitely would be totally okay of replaying Mario 64. It is a dearly beloved game of mine. It is a classic, in my opinion, and I would not be against replaying that game whatsoever. This time, for real, not with an emulator, as I've kind of learned that emulation is, while most of the time the easier way to record things, it's not always the best idea to take the easy route out of things. And that goes for just life in general, and I definitely feel like I could have done a better job with that. Those two are probably the biggest two examples here, without going to like the very, very older projects, where the older projects were more just technical things with what I had to work with at the time, since, I didn't have a job, I was in school, I was just kind of doing it just for fun and just, just to put things out there and just have a fun time with it, which is still, what I'm doing to this day. I'm still having fun with it and everything, but, back then, it's a little bit more understandable when I don't have, money to buy gear and whatnot. Now I actually have things to work with, so that's just another reason why I feel like I could have done a better job in some projects, so yeah. That being said, though, those are just two examples. However, I can name a few other projects, in my opinion, that I probably could have done a better job on, such as Fire Emblem for the GBA, Fire Emblem 6 as well. I feel like I definitely could do better with those two projects now that I understand Fire Emblem a lot better now. when I played Fire Emblem 7 and 6, I was kind of a novice and whatnot at Fire Emblem. Like, I knew what I was talking about. However, I definitely could have done a much, much better job at presenting the games and, like, just showing how to, you know, play them good. Because, I lost Marcus in Fire Emblem 7, and Marcus is an absolute god of a unit, so that probably just goes to show you how much better of a job I probably could have done. That being said, however, I think those are probably the biggest projects of mine that I definitely feel like could definitely go for a new fresh coat of paint. There are probably more, because whenever you make something you always think, damn, I wish I could go back in time and do it again, except, you know, better. And I feel like every person who's ever created something ever has probably felt this at some point. In fact, that's why a lot of people do things called, like, artist redraws and whatnot of their old previous artworks. And I kind of feel like I want to do some of that myself. However, hear me out on this first. I understand that when it comes to remaking projects, not everybody's going to be instantly, you know, attached to the idea that, oh boy, he's going to be playing a game again, which is cool, but, you know, I've already seen this game before. I've already seen him play this Let's Play before, you know? Why would I want to watch it again? If I were to ever do a redo of a project or whatnot, I would, unless the game is, like, really massive that I'm replaying, I would pretty much always try to make sure that if I'm replaying a game, there would also be something on the side along with said, you know, remaking of a project. That way, people have something new to look forward to if, you know, if they've already seen the old project and don't really feel like watching it again remade. But also, I can remake the project for, you know, people who want to see that game in a brighter light, or if, you know, I think you guys get what I'm saying here. I don't think I need to ramble on too much about this point. But basically, I'd make sure that there's multiple things going on so that people don't, you know, have to watch the same thing over and over again if they've already seen the previous project. That being said, though, I think I've gotten out my points as of the current moment. And I want you guys to give me your thoughts on this if you want to, of course. If you don't want to, that's totally cool as well. I'm not forcing you, you know. That's how it works in this world, you know. It's give and take. You just gotta ask, and if they want to give, they'll give. Yeah, jokes aside, though, seriously, though, if you want to give me your thoughts on this idea of mine, I would greatly appreciate it, because I've been thinking about doing this for a little bit now, and I want to, you know, just talk a little bit about it on the channel first before, you know, I start making some immediate plans or whatnot. That being said, though, this would be after Pokemon Emerald finishes at least, because Pokemon Emerald here, I'm focusing this as my only project for the time being, especially after Free House has had some, technical difficulties, we'll call it. And now my only goal right now is to finish Pokemon Emerald, but this is just thoughts for the future. So with that being said, thank you guys for listening yet. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will greatly appreciate any feedback you have to give. That being said, though, this has been my little unscripted rant, I guess you could say. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. I hope to hear from you soon. This has been Gmod. See you guys around the block, or something like that. I'm trying to make a new outro. I'm all hip and trendy and stuff now. Ho ho. Except not really. Okay, I'm done rambling. See you guys next time.